China escalated its military activity around Taiwan yesterday, carrying out naval blockade drills, according to the state broadcaster CCTV. This marks the first simulated strikes by aircraft carrier-based warplanes on Taiwan, according to media reports. An actual blockade would prevent supplies from entering Taiwan, further isolating the island nation. Joining now to weigh in on the impact of China's military drills is Yahoo Finance senior columnist Rick Newman. Rick, I thought that the markets would be paying much closer attention to this. What are you taking away from the military drills that China is enacting right now around Taiwan?
It's a familiar script, Brad, and I think everybody knew that China was going to react in some way because Taiwan's prime minister visited the United States last week and met with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and some other congressional lawmakers. So every time there is some kind of connection between Washington at an official level and anybody representing the Taiwanese government, China reacts because China does not consider Taiwan to be a real country. The U.S. position on this, just to remind everybody, is nuanced. The United States does see Taiwan as an elected democracy, but does not come right out and say we view Taiwan as its own country. So China wants Taiwan back, and China's President Xi Jinping has said we are going to reunify with Taiwan at some point in the future. So that implies a military confrontation, but there's no reason to think a military confrontation over Taiwan is coming anytime soon. That would be quite a pill for China to swallow. There would be major economic consequences to China. And just to remind everybody why the war in Ukraine matters so much is China's watching to see what happens over there. Russia tried to grab Ukraine. That's kind of a parallel to what China might try to do with Taiwan. And of course, it's not going so well for Russia. So that may further dissuade China from doing anything anytime soon. But we always have to pay attention.
Yes, we do. And that is a very good reminder about the parallels. I'm looking domestically now and to the White House. President Biden, Rick, he's expected to propose some of the toughest ever U.S. restraints on car pollution later this week. So what's that going to mean for people who have gas-powered, most people who still have gas-powered vehicles?
Well, probably nothing if you have a gas-powered car now, but the idea is to dramatically change buying patterns during the next 10 years. So we don't know exactly what these new rules are going to be. They're going to involve the standards that automakers have to meet for miles per gallon, MPG, or fuel efficiency. But the New York Times reported over the weekend that the goal is to increase electric vehicles as a portion of new car sales from the relatively low levels they're at now, less than 6%, to something around 2/3 of all new car sales by the year 2032. That's less than 10 years away. That would be a phenomenal change in car buying patterns. Of course, that would do a lot of good for eliminating tailpipe emissions, which are a big contributor to carbon pollution and to global warming. But if it happens that fast, it is going to be chaotic at some point. I mean, right now, we don't even have enough electric vehicle chargers right now. There's a lot of spending in last year's big green energy bill to build new chargers and other types of infrastructure and everything we need for EVs. But that would just be it probably would literally be an unprecedented government effort to change the technology of the automobile industry in a super short period of time. So this is going to be quite interesting to watch. If it happens, it'll be amazing, but I think there are going to be a lot of potholes.
All right, we know that you'll be keeping close tabs on it. Yahoo Finance's own senior columnist, Rick Newman. Rick, thanks so much.
Bye, guys.
See ya.